Hi, I'm Louise, Project Development Officer Arts at Nene Park in Peterborough. Welcome to our online tour of Thorpe Meadows Sculpture Trail. We hope this short film will provide an introduction to some of the exciting artworks within the trail. The trail is 2 miles long and includes 13 sculptures. This online tour will provide an introduction to the sculptures and some of the themes that connect them. The sculptures in the trail form just part of the Peterborough Sculpture Collection, which was originally assembled by Peterborough Development Corporation in the 1970s and 80s, a part of the new town developments across the city. The corporation collected works by some of the best sculptors working at the time. The trail includes abstract works, animals and patterns, and passes through the street art gallery with new murals decorating the pillars under Nene Parkway. We hope you find something that you enjoy or intrigues you along the trail. Outside In by John Foster is the first sculpture in the trail and was the first artwork the Development Corporation purchased. Its strong, powerful steel form suggests an engine or a beating heart and mirrors the power and strength of nature. But its smooth, solid metal is at opposites with the delicate shapes of the trees and nature around it. Where Outside In contrasts with the environment around it, the next sculpture echoes some of the shapes and forms within nature. As you move around the flowing steel of People by Tolic Winner, the forms merge and part like ripples on the rowing lake nearby or branches of a tree. The joining and separation of the two shapes represents how relationships between people can change and grow. The next sculpture responds directly to the environment and wildlife in the park. Cormorant by Elizabeth Cook is beautifully perched on a plinth close to the rowing lake. The sculpture is made from recycled steel and found objects. These have been delicately welded together to create outstretched wings, as though the bird is drying off its feathers and proudly holding its catch. The next sculpture also connects with the environment and references the ancient history and geology beneath the ground. The large stone piece was created by artist Anne Nicholson. The title is Creature, but it is also known as Solid Water, which could be a reference to the geology of the area and the Clipsham stone it is carved from. The stone could contain secret fossils and traces of creatures from another time. The large-scale festival boat sculpture makes a direct connection to its location by the river. It sits impressively on the banks of the River Nene that weaves around Thorpe Meadows and connects the park to the sea and oceans beyond. The artist Sokari Douglas Camp created the work specifically for this peaceful location, and the theme of the boat is inspired by ceremonial boats used in Nigeria, where Sokari Douglas Camp was born. The sculpture Odd Oaks has now become part of its environment and is home to insects and creatures. The wooden shapes were carved from oak by artist Nicholas Pope and have been left in situ to allow the wood to decompose back into the earth. Under the Ocean, Under the Sea by Christine Angus highlights the importance of water to the park and wildlife, but also to the city and region. The sculpture is made up of 3 abstract stone shapes carved from Portland stone. They resemble the remains of a mythical drowned civilization and could reference the significance of water to the communities that have lived along the river for thousands of years. Untitled 1990 is a large-scale steel sculpture by artist Miles Davies. It creates a series of viewpoints into the landscape of Thorpe Meadows. The park can be viewed through hinged doorways in decreasing sizes. The view framed through each doorway changes by season, weather and activity happening in the park. Sited behind Untitled is Helios 16 by Barry Mason. The sculpture is named after Helios, the Greek god of the sun, and celebrates the environment and the power of the sun. Only on the day of the summer solstice, and if the sun is shining on this date, is the face of the sculpture fully illuminated. Environmental issues are explored in Little Prince by Jane Ackroyd. Named after the book Little Prince, written in 1943, the artist has created natural forms from steel, incorporating elements from the story, including a tree, an asteroid, and a pyramid. The surroundings would have been very different when the subject of the next sculpture roamed the landscape. Quarry by Simon Perry can be seen in the corner of the meadow. Silently emerging from a large piece of stone is a handsome wolf, ready to catch its unsuspecting prey. Wolves roamed free in England until the 13th and 14th century and would have played an important role in the ecosystem of the area. The route of the trail takes you under Nene Parkway, a very different environment to the green landscape around the rowing lake. Here you can see a range of vibrant murals created by local artists, creating a unique street art gallery. The next sculpture is on the north side of Thorpe Meadows. Peterborough Arch by Lee Grandjean celebrates the contrasts between Peterborough's natural spaces and its architecturally designed new town spaces. The sculpture stands proudly alongside Longthorpe Parkway, as if it is striding towards the city centre. It acknowledges the many communities that have moved into Peterborough since its development as a new town, but also represents Peterborough's varied and rich heritage as an ancient cathedral city. The final sculpture on the trail also celebrates the urban and natural environments in the city. As you move around Untitled 1989 by Miles Davies, the artwork frames views over the Longthorpe Parkway Road and down to the rowing lake. Its rusted frame complements the colours of the beautiful trees that surround it. This view is a great place to finish the tour of Thorpe Meadows Sculpture Trail. We hope you've enjoyed exploring the artworks in the trail. It's open every day and is free to visit. More information about the sculptures and other artworks in the collection are available on our website. Please get in touch if you'd like to find out more or to share photographs or stories. There are more audio tours available on Nene Park's YouTube channel and via our website.